Asking college dropout millionaires how to make $1 million.
When I was growing up, my mom said, Noah, you have to go to college. Well, if your goal is to start a business and get rich, is college even worth it?
Everywhere from modeling to singing to music, was in prison.
Okay, Jesus, like he did like a lot. Just in that one clip, he did so much.
I built up an Instagram page in my parents' basement, and I created a monetized community off of that, which roughly brings me around $50,000 to $55,000 per month.
All right, I'm jealous. I'm twice his age. He's like, I'm making 55 bands a month. Like, all right, cool, dude.
So I am a Harvard dropout who started an e-commerce software company. We raised 27 mil in total.
Some people are just meant to just be brilliant. Like, yeah, I dropped out, raised 27 million. 22, I wasn't thinking about a startup and money. I was thinking about having enough money to party and hang out.
If someone's listening and thinking about dropping college or skipping out, should they do it?
So today we're going to be reacting to a video called Asking College Dropout Millionaires How to Make $1 Million. As someone who went the W-2 route, now slowly trying to convert to the 1099 or business ownership route, I gotta say, like, it's not easy, right? So I really want to understand and dive into this video to see what these college dropouts have to say.
When I was growing up, my mom said, Noah, you have to go to college. Well, if your goal is to start a business and get rich, is college even worth it? In this video, I'm gonna be interviewing multimillionaires who either didn't go to school or dropped out to ask them, is college worth it, and how did you make your millions?
Lived in my car for 2.5 years, went everywhere from modeling to singing to music, was in prison, and then I got out.
Just in that one clip, he did so much. He's like, I modeled, met Ludacris, went to prison, came out and still laughed at most of society. So, okay, Jesus, like he did like a lot. Like just that little small clip. He had like 5 careers or 5 like life-changing things happen to him already. So definitely curious to learn how he made his millions.
Turned over a new leaf in my life. Health and wellness business, 7 figures. Coaching business, 7 figures. Now retreat business, almost at 7 figures. Life became my university. So people's like, you went to college? Yeah, I went to C of LU. They're like, what's that? College of Life University.
He's monetizing his life experience, right? I think where we're going with the digital age, you see a lot of stuff with AI taking over now. A lot of people losing their jobs to AI. And one thing a robot can't take away is life experience, right? So he's teaching his life experience with his coaching business, with his retreat business, and it seems like he's in like great shape. So just wanted to call that out.
What I'm known for is being a college dropout and then a C-level English student who created a publishing school. We've published about 7,000 books. Most people will pass on permanent 8 or 9s for risk of a temporary 2 or 3 because it just feels scary in the moment.
There was never a time in my college career where I was like, oh, I'm gonna drop out of school. Maybe because I'm not that risk averse or risk averse enough to not have like a safety net, like per se. And it seems like with Chandler, like holy shit, like he's done over 40 million in book sales and he runs a publishing company, but he was willing to take that risk and bet on himself in order to do that. I don't think it has to be all or nothing. The more willing you are to take a risk, the faster that you can get to your goal. But I wonder what the success ratio for, I guess, a lot of businesses are.
So just looking at 20% of new businesses fail in the first year, 45% fail within the first 5 years, 65% within 10.
Okay. How do you define fail?
Yeah, so according to this is like businesses that have shut down, like completely, like they don't operate anymore.
Wow, okay, yeah. Kind of crazy that people go in on a business, spend a whole bunch of investment to know that the risk of actually being successful in year 1 is relatively low.
I graduated high school age 17. I've invented sump pump systems that are the best in the world.
How did you find out what you like to do?
You have to figure out, what am I good at? What are my inherent talents, and then look at what careers are around that. And go out and try something and get a job somewhere and learn and say, is this what I want to do? And if it's not, then don't waste time.
He was in that field. And he seems like super smart and he designed something like in that field, right? My best chance of being successful like with a side hustle is gonna be what I'm doing now, teaching tech and how I'm investing my money and how I'm moving along my career, because that's my domain expertise. That's what I'm good at. That's what I've done for 20-something years. And so I think it's something to be said about figuring out what you're good at, what makes you different than everybody else. Try to monetize giving that experience, that information into somebody else to help them do the same thing or copy your success.
I built up an Instagram page in my parents' basement, and I created a monetized community off of that, which roughly brings me around $50,000 to $55,000 per month.
Do you regret not going to college?
If I went to college for 4 years, maybe if I got a master's on top of that, The entrepreneur dream is gone.
All right, I'm jealous. Like, all right, damn, building up Instagram, opening up a Discord server and building a community. That's a skill set. A lot of influencers are getting paid a lot of money today because they're able to build a community offering whatever they're offering, and then companies are paying for access to that community at 19. I'm twice his age. He's like, I'm making 55 bands a month. Like, all right, cool, dude. You're winning at life at 19. Love it. Hey guys, if you like the content you're watching, there is a Patreon that you could subscribe to where you get more exclusive content. I will share my journey of how I've made money in sales, things I'm investing in, some of the pitfalls that I've made as relates to investing in my career. I'll be sharing those with you so that you can totally avoid those too. So if that's something you're interested in, you can click the link below in this video and sign up for the Patreon.
So I am a Harvard dropout who started an e-commerce software company. We raised 27 mil in total. So we're Series A and backed by Andreessen Horowitz, Y Combinator, and a bunch of other folks.
Some people are just meant to just, just be brilliant. Like, yeah, I dropped out, raised 27 million. I mean, this is extraordinary. Yeah, 22, I wasn't necessarily thinking about a startup and money. I was thinking about having enough money to party and hang out and date girls. If I'm being honest, right? That's what this channel is, just being honest with you. Like, was not thinking about this. So the takeaway from this is if you're super smart and you got a affinity to build something, build it as early as you can.
All right, someone just dropped out and they want to make $1 million.
Yeah.
What would you recommend them to do?
I think that building some type of social media page is the best way to go. It's the lowest barrier to entry. You just have to make an account and be different on the internet.
Never leave something unless you have a plan. And two men working in McDonald's, one person is just working for money. The other person has a plan to leave McDonald's, but he has a plan for why he's at McDonald's. You heard of Think and Grow Rich, but a few people have read Grow Rich with Peace of Mind, Do the Work by Stephen Pressfield, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles.
I always found mentors that helped me along.
I like the two different perspectives. One was a lot of mindset. I think mindset's key because you got to start somewhere. Like, if your mind isn't right, you won't sit down and make a video. You won't look for opportunities. You won't reach out to anybody. You won't go to any conferences. So like, having a mindset is super key. Reading a lot, finding out books that resonate with you. This is one of the ones. So this one is Evil Plans. And what he talks about in that book is a little bit of what the last gentleman was talking about, which is having a plan, being able to chip away at that plan every single day to get you to like what your end goal or your end state is. Reading is one aspect of it, and then also learning the techniques from a mentor or from books or from watching YouTube videos, and then implementing those techniques, finding people who already have those skill sets, who are passionate in components of what it takes to run a successful business, finding something you love to do, even if it's like a side hustle, and having a plan to do it full time. Sometimes, yeah, the money comes, but sometimes it doesn't, but as long as you can make a living from it and be happy, I think that's like the goal.
Definitely, yeah, I think that's really important. That's kind of what I did. I didn't want to have a typical job. I wanted to do something I loved every day, and I do get to do it. Eventually I will be like these people one day. I hope. That's the goal.
If someone's listening and thinking about dropping college or skipping out, should they do it?
I say no college. If you're going to be a business person, you don't need to go to college. If you're a learner, if you can discipline yourself to learn, throw yourself at it.
If I need a boss, or if I'm planning on being a professional, then of course you got to stay in college.
I do think it is worth for a lot of people. It just doesn't work out well if you want to start a company.
I will never say not to go to school, but if you feel something that well up inside of you, where you feel I do not belong here, I would say to honor it, because your subconscious mind knows more than you do.
If you think you want to do it, just do it. Everything's reversible. If it doesn't work out, don't tell your parents to call me.
All right, so takeaways from the video. Should you go to college or not? It depends on what your passion and your goals are. The second one is it's always reversible. So even if you decide not to go, you can always reverse it. It's gonna be hard, but for a lot of the individuals in this video, it was worth it.
Yeah, and for one thing as well, the skills you learn during that period of time, you can take those into any other job.
No, that's a real good point. All the skills that you learn, even if it's reversible and you decide to go to college, like if you're younger watching this video, or you're deciding to start a business, those skill sets that you learn are gonna be helpful moving forward. If you like content like this, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.